Good evening, everyone. Andrew Holland from Effectors Coaching and Development on a live feed that is much later than I actually intended it to be. But I did say that I wanted to get a feed out every day for the next 2 weeks. So here I am delivering that feed to you. I hope you enjoyed the feed yesterday. And it was I want to make this one a little bit shorter, not least because it is 20 to 10 at night, but also because I want to make it short and snappy, this one. And what I'm going to talk to you today, I'm going to talk to you about the first of the 5 concepts on the success principle, on the peak performance program, the success principle from the peak performance program. So the first concept that we're going to talk about today, and that is about having a clean slate. The clean slate. What do we mean by a clean slate? Well, before we really start to make advances, we have to lay down all of our perceptions. Lay down all of our perceptions and all of our limiting beliefs, our self-doubts that we have nagging away at us, those little voices that chirp away that tell us that we're not good enough, that we are not worthy. It doesn't happen to people like us. It always happens to everyone else. Those thoughts that every now and again just pop into your head and cause you either not to start something or to stop doing something that you've started already. So that's the first thing. Wipe that slate clean. Lay down those beliefs. Get rid of those limiting beliefs. Lay down those perceptions, those beliefs that you have about yourself. The second thing is know yourself. And how do we get to know ourselves? Well, we get to know ourselves by doing deep, honest, rigorous self-analysis. We get right in there and ask ourselves questions that maybe we've not asked ourselves before. Where are we really at? Okay, I often say to people, the only person in the world that you cannot lie to is yourself, because your unconscious mind knows the answers. But then again, I do tell people that the unconscious mind is a very powerful thing, and it doesn't know the difference between truth, what is true, and what is a lie. So if the things that you're saying to yourself on a daily basis are detrimental, does it mean that they're true? Well, no, it doesn't. What it means is that your unconscious mind is believing them. Okay, so know yourself, know what your capabilities are, know where you're starting your journey from. We talked about this yesterday. Know where you're starting your journey from. You will never get to the destination that you want unless you know where you're starting from. The third point is mute out the naysayers. Okay, sometimes even the closest people to us doubt us. They say they support us, but do they really? They ask questions that are less than helpful. They just every now and again suggest that maybe we ought to perhaps possibly do this or that instead of what we're doing. They do it with the best possible intention, but what they don't realise is the effect that intention can have. The effect that we allow it to derail our own process. We allow it to feed these self-beliefs and these perceptions of what we're capable of. And so mute out those naysayers. Don't accept it. Because the fourth thing about wiping the slate clean is you don't have to accept the opinion of anyone that you don't want to. Opinion is exactly that. It's just someone else's view on the world. Someone else's take, someone else's model of the world. It doesn't have to be yours. You have a choice. You have a choice whether to accept that or whether to leave that behind you. Ignore it. Don't accept it. Thank them. Thank them for the gift of feedback, whether you ask for it or not. Thank them for the gift of feedback. Thank your unconscious mind for processing it. But then tell it, I'll be choosing today not to accept that. I'll be choosing not to accept that opinion of that individual on this particular thing. Even though that individual, that person, those people, may be people that you deeply respect. but you don't always have to accept it. If you don't want to accept it, don't. So to recap, the 4 things to wipe your slate clean. Lay down all of your perceptions. Get rid of those limiting beliefs. Know yourself. Be rigorous and honest with your self-analysis. Get right in there and find out exactly where you're starting the journey from. Not the rough area, exactly where we're starting the journey from. Mute out the naysayers. They are of no interest to us. They are no good to us. They're not doing us any good. All they're doing is feeding that self-doubt, that negativity, those limiting beliefs, that poor perception of ourselves. Mute them out. There is no space in my life for naysayers. And the opinion, you don't have to accept it. Opinion is just that. It's just someone's opinion of what is going on in their world. And they're overshadowing their world or overlaying their world onto your world and giving you an opinion about what will or will not work. If you know it'll work, if you believe it'll work, and you believe it, truly believe it at the unconscious level, go for it. Go for it. Listen to opinion and then choose what you want to do. Okay, that is the first of the 5 concepts. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Short and sharp. And I will join you tomorrow with the second of the 5 concepts. Yeah, so been great to talk to you, and speak to you tomorrow. Have a great day on Thursday, and go and be all that you can be. Good night.